Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, that leave commentaries, and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
So lovelies, I came across this history about E.D. Johnson and I thought to share with you guys because they say even if history, they refuse to teach us this in school, we are here to actually educate ourselves, we're here to teach ourselves. And good enough, I found this guy who happened to do this black and white history thing, and I'm just going to roll his clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and if you are aware of this history, you can also leave it in the comment section and let's just dive into it.
He was lynched from this bridge for raping a white woman who he had never even met. Welcome to White Black History, things you weren't taught in school that are part of your everyday life. Today, we're going to talk about the Ed Johnson Memorial. So this memorial I pass all the time. I actually cross the bridge, which is part of the memorial itself, pretty constantly. Ed Johnson was just one of 4,400 people who were lynched between 1857 and 1950. Those are the known ones. There's probably, absolutely guaranteed, thousands more. Now this bridge connects the north and south end. The north end was primarily African American, the south end was industrial and white. Ed Johnson was a laborer. He worked on this end of the shore, but he lived on the other. A local man accused him incorrectly of raping a woman who he had never met for a bounty of $375. He was just trying to collect the reward. Multiple black and white witnesses confirmed that he was working at the time of the event. He gets arrested, he gets taken to jail, and a mob forms outside. Then they move him from Chattanooga to Nashville, which is 4 hours as of current vehicle times. After that, the mob attacked that jail. Now a sheriff and a judge were up for re-election at this time. That's important because they were supposed to be tough on black crime at this time. Mr. Johnson gets assigned 3 Caucasian attorneys, only one of which was ever handled a criminal case. Ed Johnson is tried by an openly hostile group of white Chattanoogans. People who are from where the crime happened, who don't look like him, who have preconceived notions. And you were white in 1906. There's no way you weren't racist. The judge bypasses all these people saying it wasn't him, gives him a guilty verdict, sentences him to death. I'm gonna read you an exact quote. His lawyers advised him to accept the sentence, recommending it was better to die in an orderly way, better than to appeal and face the lynch mob. Bonus points. A white attorney named Noah Pardon, who was already working the case, convinced the most prominent black attorney in the area at the time, Styles Hutchins, to jump on the case. I don't want to get this part wrong, so I'm going to read it. Styles then unsuccessfully appealed to the Tennessee Supreme Court, and then they petitioned to the United States Supreme Court based on the fact that the fair trial had been violated. This led to him being one of the lead black counsels for the first time ever in a Supreme Court case. However, as history has shown us, they decided at the Supreme Court level that death sentence it is. At this time, they stayed his execution, and a sheriff was assigned to ensure his safety while they potentially reconsidered the verdict. That was March 18th. The very next day, a white mob storms in. Literally storms into the jail. Sledgehammers, crowbars, whatever it took, they break into the cell. Those are actual tools used. They dragged Ed Johnson 6 blocks, bound in rope, to hang him from this bridge, only to unload all of their rifles into him as he hung until their rifles severed the rope. I'm going to read you this last part. Hamilton County Sheriff Joseph Shipp had taken no action to protect Johnson. Despite rumors of a lynch mob, he had given most of his deputies the night off and refused to seek reinforcements from the National Guard or city police. After a reporter alerted him to the attack in progress at the jail, he walked into the jail and stood by as they assaulted and took this man out for his lynching. This was the first and only trial held in the Supreme Court's history in the entire United States. That sheriff and 5 other parties were found guilty. They all served very brief prison sentences, and then upon returning home, this sheriff was greeted with what was known as a hero's welcome and was instantly reelected into sheriff. 2,000 people attended Ed Johnson's funeral, and both of the attorneys who supported him had to flee from Chattanooga based on the threats they were receiving for their lives. But that's white black history, right? As a white comment myself, I feel like I have some insight. Personally, I think the #1 reason that white people don't jump in the comments is because they don't want to be uncomfortable. group usually follows up with a sentence like, I wasn't there, I didn't do it, I can't be held accountable for my ancestors. White people, we have a 400-year head start. Are you kidding me? I get it. No one wants to say that they're benefiting from an evil system that was designed for them to win. We got a 400-year head start. It was illegal for people to read based on the color of their skin. Can you imagine how hard it would be for your grandparents to not have been able to read? Like, illegal. Like jail or lynching if you read. Conceptualize someone killing you because you can read. For two reasons. They come to the comments and they don't know what to say. They're uncomfortable, but they're like, I want to help, I want to do, but we don't know what to do or say. We feel lost, so we would leave it empty instead of filling it with our confusion. And it's not black people's job to teach us these things, so we only have each other to look for, or I don't know, all the information on the internet. But when it comes down to it, we truly don't know what to do or say. Some of us feel terrible, and we just don't know, like, how can I make this better, personally? I struggle with it. I know I do. I don't know how to make the system better. And then there's the third group. The third group doesn't watch things like this, so the algorithm is not bringing them here.
Do you know who the very first black person was to earn a PhD from a university in the United States? His name is Edward Alexander Bushe, and he was born September 15th, 1852 in New Haven, Connecticut. In 1874, he became the first black person to graduate from Yale University. In 1876, he became one of the first 6 people in the U.S. to receive a doctorate in physics, and he became the first black person to receive a doctorate of any kind in the U.S. Even with all of that, he still could not get a position at a university because he was black. He started teaching for the Institute of Colored Youth in Philadelphia. It was a school that gave black students a chance at an academic high school education. Bushe was brought on to build up the science program. He taught physics, astronomy, geography, and physiology. He was there for 26 years. Bushe passed away in 1918 at the age of 60.
Like, seriously, lovely, it's funny enough, stops like this actually still exist in our own time. It still exists. I can remember a video that I actually staged, that's about last year, where this man was actually accused. You know, he was forcefully accused, and after spending the whole year in prison, and later on they found out that the evidence, everything was just all a farce. It was all a farce. I think I posted that in this channel. That was about last year, which I took down. So after they must have realized that all the evidence and whatsoever was all a farce, but then he was already in prison for about, was it 10 years? And he got out, and they were supposed to compensate him and all of that because of what he went through. Then one day he decided to drive out to, I think I could not even remember the state that he was going to, and these people actually pulled him out. When they pulled him out, they asked him some questions and tried to make him angry and all of that. Before you know it, they used their rifles on him. Like, seriously, I don't really want to go deep into the story because that story actually shook the internet. Like, seriously, lovelies, I don't know why stuff like this has been hidden from us. I don't know why they don't want to teach histories in school. Maybe because they probably don't want to feel uncomfortable, or most of them, and the basis of they do not want their kids or their offspring to actually feel some type of ill or to actually feel some kind of sorry. But if you don't teach your kids, or if you don't want your offspring to know some certain things, that is even the reason why things will still be the way it is today. But when you teach all of this, a lot of people need to accept that, okay, I think we've done this. People, we want to have a kind of a change mentality. A lot of the pan-colored might even not be the way they are today. So teaching history in school is very essential, but since they have decided that they don't want to do this, we might actually start reading books, start trying to teach ourselves, trying to educate ourselves just the way we are doing it. There are a lot of things that beneath the eyes. Just imagine being accused of something that you never did, but you were accused of that because of your skin color. You were accused because they felt that, okay, this person, he can actually do this. And this is why even to today they believe that a lot of crimes are committed by what's it called, let me just use people of color, because the black that thing is just, so they believe that a lot of crime is being committed by people of color, but without even realizing that these crimes are also committed by pan-colored people. But because of people of color has this history of, okay, even if you didn't commit the crime, but because of whom you are, this crime is committed by you. Just imagine being lynched for something that you never committed. There is a story I saw which I wanted to put here, but the context of that story is something that I don't even know if it's gonna be. It's a story of a woman that is actually pregnant. She's about 17 years and the guy is about 20 years. There's about they're all slaves. They were freed, like they were freed, but after they were freed, there's a law, there's a rule against crimes and all of that. But because of that, these Pankola people will try as much as they can to actually lie against you so as to get you apprehended and all of that. This woman was actually lynched upside down. Like, I don't want to share this here. Like, this is just so messed up. But all I want to say is that a lot of these things has happened in the past. But when you talk about reparation, most of them tends like, we do not commit this thing. Why are we going to pay for what my ancestors has done to you? You never saw me when this was happening. I was never there when all of this was happening, so why should you get me involved? But you are benefiting from those things, from the things that happened. You are still benefiting. I will not forget the black cottage that actually trended last month. These people actually went to a slave plantation, and they changed its colored it, painted it, and they turned it to a very beautiful cottage for wedding guests. And you will tell me that this family will say, oh my God, we never benefited from any form of slavery, so why are we going to pay for reparation? Why are we going to do that? Seriously. They never accept that that they were involved. Yeah, it was actually our ancestors that were involved in all of this, but you guys are actually benefiting from what these people's ancestors has built. Like, you are benefiting from it, and you are still being raised and seized till today. You are still being just go for a shopping or something, you will see the way they will follow you as if you come here to take something. They have been projected to believe that people of color are just there to take and take. Even if we are only going there to take what we want to eat, you will be followed. Like, seriously, these things we need to teach ourselves. Since they have decided they don't want to talk about history, they don't want to teach history, oh my God, all thanks to put it for actually opening our eyes, and we have to keep on digging. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, or what you think of this class. Don't forget that we are just here for educational purposes. We are here to teach ourselves. I do not know most of all these things. I'm also learning just as you guys, and if you guys also have something to chip in, you can put it in the comment section, because I just love reading it. Anyways, lovelies, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you are yet to do that. If you're a passerby, you're welcome to the family, and I will see you, lovelies.
And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel, we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe, and leave your thoughts, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.